Hey beautiful people, it's Patrice here and I'm a work from home nurse. Alright you guys, I hope everyone is having an awesome day today. It's a beautiful day and I hope everyone is having a beautiful, awesome day. So today I want to talk about my very first nursing job. My very first nursing job was in a family practice office. So I started working there my senior year of college. Well, I was 31 when I graduated nursing school, but my son was senior year, my last year of nursing school. I started working in a doctor's office as a nurse tech, and I worked for an awesome doctor. And there were two doctors, two adult doctors, and then two pediatric doctors there. And it was the best first nursing job I could ever have. So I did not start off in a hospital. I had awesome trainers. The lady who trained me was awesome. The nurse who worked for the other doctor was awesome. It was just wonderful. So I was this particular doctor's nurse tech. So I was the nurse to all of his patients. I brought all of his patients back, got all their vital signs. Mind you, I was in nursing school, so I really didn't do any of the stuff. So I had to be like trained. Shots, all that stuff I had to be trained on. Medicines, that's where I learned a lot of my meds, and that's where I learned a lot of nursing skills and family practice as far as shots and medicines and different diseases and medical conditions. So that was my very first nursing job, working for this particular doctor. I was his nurse. So after graduation, I stayed there. I took the NCLEX a few months after graduation and I passed it, and I went from a nurse tech to RN. At this point I had my BSN and I was his nurse now. I was not just his nurse tech, I was his nurse now. And you guys, I was making $18 an hour. I know, $18 an hour. So I was definitely not making a nurse's pay. And they told me that, they told me, you know, we're only going to be able to pay you $18. But this doctor was so awesome, you guys. I just loved working for him. He was so nice. He never yelled at me or fussed at me or looked down on me or called me anything he shouldn't have called. I mean, he was just a perfect doctor to work for. His family would come in often, and I would play with his kids, and his wife was so sweet. I mean, his patients loved him. So I just didn't feel the need to go look for a job in the hospital because I was already established there. I already kind of knew what I was doing, and now that I had the title of an RN, I mean, I just kind of, you know, I was his nurse. I loved it. And $18 an hour, you guys. I had every Tuesday was a half day. So every doctor had a half day. So Tuesday was my half day. So I worked Monday through Friday, Tuesday with a half day on Tuesday, and weekends off. So I kind of compared $18 an hour. I got half day on Tuesday. I got the weekends off. I couldn't leave. I just thought about, you know, if you watch my video of me never working in a hospital, I didn't like hospitals anyway, like doing clinicals. I actually said, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I don't know if I should finish nursing school because I don't want to work in this hospital. Don't want to work in any hospital. So once I found that job, I was just like, I'm going to stay here. $18 it's getting me and my husband by. We were both in school, so that was kind of a lot of money for us because when we were both in school, we didn't really have that much money. My husband worked for the school, wasn't getting paid a whole lot. I was just doing a work study job. So, and we had a son. My son was a toddler. So we didn't have much money. So to us, $18 was a lot. In the nursing world, no. But it was a lot to us. So I decided to stay there. It worked out. I mean, we were fine. My husband still worked for the school, so we were able to stay on the school's campus. So we didn't have a mortgage or anything to pay. We didn't have much of a car payment. But it worked out. And I did, like I said, my job duties there, I would bring the patient back. I would do their vital signs. I would just get their chief complaint for that day. And then I would go to the doctor. Here, this is this patient has this, give him the report of the vital signs. He would go in and see them. If he needed my assistance, he would come get me. And then if they needed to see a specialist or be referred to something else, he would just let me know, and I would put an order in. If they needed to go get a MRI, X-ray, CT scan, or whatever, I just go put the order in. Then I'd go on to my next patient, and I did that every day, and it was so easy. I had my own little desk. The reps would bring lunch all the time. That's what I loved about working at family practice, because they brought lunch all the time. And then sometimes, they'll have these dinners after work at these nice fancy restaurants where you got the food for free. I mean, somebody paid for it, but it didn't come out of my pocket. Steaks and all kinds of stuff at these nice fancy restaurants. We would often go to that. But basically my job was pretty easy. I would have nurses visit, so people would probably come in for a testosterone shot or a B12 shot. So I gave lots of shots. Flu season, we were giving out lots of flu shots. I'm pretty sure right now we'll be giving out a lot of COVID vaccines. But it was simple. I mean, $18 an hour, it worked well for us. But when I thought about what other people made, sometimes I'd be like, ugh, man, I wish I was making that. But they were working weekends and I wasn't. I had half Tuesdays off, and I mean, maybe they probably had a Tuesday off because of the way the hospital schedules are. But I just, I loved my weekends, and church is a big thing to me and my family. So I didn't want to miss church on Sundays. I got to go to my Bible studies on Wednesday nights, and I got to be there to put my baby to bed. Be there to go to bed with go to sleep with my husband, go to bed together. So it was worth it, and I loved it. And really the only reason why I'm not there is because it was in Oklahoma and we moved to a different state. So that's mainly the reason why I'm not working there anymore. And then shortly after I left, the doctor also moved. So I don't know if I probably would have stayed there anyway after he left, because he was just the most awesome doctor. And that was in 2014. I still keep in touch with him. I still talk to him and see how his family's doing, and he wants to know how my family's doing, and I still keep in touch with some of the co-workers there. So it was a great first nursing job. I loved it. I think family practice is a good job to have as a nurse if you want to establish rapport with patients, because you see the patients over and over again. They're coming every 6 months or whatever their issue is. You see them regularly, so you build a rapport with patients. And I built a rapport with a lot of patients and made a lot of friends, and a lot of friends with the families. And so I think it's a good job to have if that's what you want to do, if you want those weekends off, and if you want the certain perks that I have. I don't know if every doctor's office have a half Tuesday off, but I know some have Fridays off, which is great. But the schedule, a regular 8 to 5. I only lived about 10 minutes away from my job, so it didn't take me that long to get there, and I loved it. And only reason why I'm not there because I moved. So that was my first job, working in family practice. I was a family practice nurse, and I loved it. So if you're a family practice nurse, comment in the bottom, let me know if you are and how you like it, or if you're thinking about being one. If you have more questions about it, let me know. I'm here to answer them. I hope you guys have a great day. Be great for God. Bye.